and help each other to grow together and maybe help in CV review or building tech or help in any way so that we can grow together. So name itself, we have built as an AsteriskOps community. The aim is that we go together learning different technical areas from support engineering, dev. We want to have in this community and share with you all so that you all can grow as a team, right? So problem, what we have seen right now, right? Because I talk with many people like students and many that are in a job, they say like they are stuck, they don't know what to do next, even though they have some training on IT. And students obviously reading they have finished their IT courses, but they don't know which path to pursue, right? So these kind of things sometimes help us. This kind of thing, creates a confusion, and we are kind of stuck in a like job that we don't like, or job a job that not giving you career growth. So because of that, like because we have helped many people separately, helping them to go and apply into jobs or help them in doing some kind of mentoring for them. So now I think we have to do it as a community, right? So we have to do it in a big large community. So, and for the bigger impact. So we have created this for that purpose. So guidelines is basically, let's help each other, be respectful, right? Let's help each other and be always in positive, right? No matter what stage you are in, keep learning, be positive, and you'll get what you want, right? So positive is the main thing, right? So be active. So if you want to get into job, or if you want to grow, get a next career level growth, then always be active, right? Like start reading it, start looking what things are needed for that job. So those sort of things, be active, participate in the event like this so that you can grow. So main aim for ST community is to grow us together in IT field and grow our knowledge together. So now coming to our main event, right? Main thing that we are going to discuss today is Microsoft Intune. There are lots of services. When you go into a job, you need to know a lot of services from Azure or any other cloud vendors. But today we are concentrating on Microsoft Intune. The main purpose why we are concentrating Intune is this is a core service that everyone utilizes, right? Everyone needs to know about it because it's a kind of heart of the IT operation. So what it does, right? Let's go into that point. And before that, let's see what challenges it solves so that you can take it further and read yourself in when you go finish this session. So challenges are like, nowadays we see, right? We are working in a hybrid work situation. What does that mean is you have the office laptop and you also have your iPad or phone with yourself, and you want to connect to corporate network. And that's a big challenge for the corporate network, right? And IT admins or IT engineers who are handling that data or handling that network and doing the administration for it. So in that case, right, there are lots of things that IT engineer or corporate has to think about how they can safeguard and securely give access to your personally owned devices and the laptop they provide. So Microsoft Intune comes here. And other challenges, right? The corporate should follow various standards, security policies, various security standards they have to follow to maintain the corporate security level. And other thing is data isolation. The app they install, right? The company app they install in your personal computer, that needs to be wiped out, or the laptop, the app which has been installed in your laptop, once the engineers gets out the project or whatever, leaves the company, there has to be cleaned out so that your data is not taken out from a laptop to other, like copying to other services or, messing around with your data. So in those all circumstances, right, Microsoft Intune comes into play to safeguard your application data, safeguard what application needs to be installed, and also safeguard your networks uh, by by creating profiles and installing into your various devices so that your personal devices and corporate devices are safe and secure, and that can run smoothly in the corporate network. So now I'll pass it to Samin to go through how these challenges are solved by Microsoft Intune. Over to you, Samin.
Thanks, Saroj. So let's get into Microsoft Intune. So, what is Microsoft Intune? Microsoft says it's cloud-based endpoint management solution. So, let's divide and conquer this definition by Microsoft. So, what is cloud-based? It's apps, services, or resources that are made available on demand via internet from a cloud service provider's server. And endpoint is um, any devices, virtual or physical, that connects to a computer network. So some examples would be mobile phone, computers, laptops, tablets, IoT, Internet of Things devices such as, let's say, smart speakers, security systems and cameras, so stuff like that. So Intune is a cloud-based management solution that helps us manage, monitor, configure, and protect devices owned by our organization or the end users. So Intune was introduced around 2010, 2011, but it rose into fame, like it became big during the COVID outbreak because work from home or remote work was super essential. Um, I'm going to talk a little bit about each point here, and we'll get more into detail on the later slides. So, conditional access and compliance policies is how Intune allows users access to company resources via their devices. Mobile device management with Microsoft Intune allows organizations to securely manage, monitor, and manage and monitor mobile devices used by employees. We'll get more into it later. We have a separate slide for it. Application management, it focuses on managing and securing applications and app data on mobile devices, whether those devices are corporate owned or it's personal owned. Uh, and Intune provides single point of administration for devices and application and policy with tight integration with Intra ID, previously known as Azure Active Directory. Uh, and yeah, it also provides with analytical data on users and devices. So we'll get into another slide. So Microsoft 365 Admin Center and Microsoft Intune. So Microsoft 365 Admin Center, it's a central hub for managing various Microsoft services such as Intra ID, virtual machines, uh, including Intune. Um, Intune is also a Microsoft service, so there are multiple services that Microsoft provides, and administrators can access Intune directly from the admin center, simplifying the management and access process. So both Intune and 365 Admin Center, they utilize Intra ID, Microsoft Intra ID, also known as uh, Azure Active Directory, recently known as Intra ID now, for identity management. Um, so this integration allows for seamless conditional access and security policies across applications and end devices. So overall, the integration between 365 Admin Center and Intune streamlines administrative tasks. It enhances security management and provides a unified approach to manage user and end devices across the organization. So that's it for this slide. So we'll get into this famous jumbled label picture from Microsoft. You guys are going to run into this more often than you think. Um, but don't be afraid. It looks scary, but yeah, we'll slay this dragon. So this reference shows us options for integrating Microsoft Intune in Azure environment, alongside with Intra ID, Microsoft Configuration Manager, Microsoft Defender for endpoint, and what else? Network access control partner and other third-party products, uh, and much more. So, in summary, the Microsoft Intune product family provides a comprehensive solution such as mobile device management, mobile application management, for managing and securing devices and apps in our organization of all sizes. And this diagram is it just illustrates the various components of how they work together to deliver a flexible solution. So Microsoft Intra ID here, if you can see in the diagram right now, Intune integrates with Intra ID uh, for identity management, for authentication, authorization, conditional access, group targeting, and compliance policies. Uh, then if we check there, we've got Microsoft Defender for endpoint. Intune can be also it can also be integrated with Defender, Microsoft Defender. It's another service by Microsoft for endpoints, such as mobile phones, computers, to provide comprehensive threat protection, uh, more security, more security. So Microsoft. Then we have one more thing here that we need to look upon is Microsoft Configuration Manager. So everything is not in cloud at the moment. So as you can see, we have on-premises. Not every company or organization is in cloud. Uh, Currently, some are running hybrid environments, some are still on-premises, and some are migrating just now. So, Microsoft Configuration Manager, Intune can be co-managed with Microsoft Configuration Manager for on-premise device management, and it offers a unified solution again for managing both cloud and on-premises devices. And then we got third-party solutions where Intune can integrate with different solutions such as mobile threat defense providers, network access control provider partners, to provide additional security and management capabilities. So, in a nutshell, that is all that we can see in this diagram. Uh, that's the that's all in this diagram right now. But okay, we'll go into this one, mobile device management now. Okay, so mobile device management. So we've tried to shrink MDM into these 4 points here. So, however, there's much more to Intune. So we've got enrollment, configuration, app management, and compliance. Um, so enrollment. So device enrollment. So we enroll devices. So devices are added to Intune Admin Center either through user-driven enrollment using company portal or IT admin-driven enrollment using various other methods. So talking about Windows, especially Windows, there are these options for us. We got automatic enrollment. We got autopilot, which is out of the box experience, which means the company's IT sending you a brand new laptop, and um, you get a out of box experience, which where you just need to sign in, sign into the laptop, and that's it. And we've got personal devices, bring your own device, and co-management with configuration manager, as we spoke earlier about that. So those are the 4 options we've got for Windows. Uh, and talking about configuration and policy and settings. So in Intune, devices are configured with we configure devices with settings and policies. For example, let's say Windows version, password complexity, etc., etc., etc. So they are defined by IT administrators or Intune administrators to ensure device compliance and security, so that there is conditional access. And we've got app management then. So app management is simple. So apps are set up. We will talk more about app management with mobile app management. We've got a different slide for that. So basically, apps are deployed, updated, and removed from devices as needed, and and that is based on the organizational and security requirements. Compliance. So compliance monitoring and enforcement. So compliance monitoring devices that we enroll into Intune, sorry, devices that we enroll into Intune are monitored for compliance with policies. And uh, again, Intune administrators, we set up those policies according to what the organization's requirements are, and appropriate actions are taken, such as restricting access or to certain things like SharePoint, uh, Outlook, or just wiping out data if required. So that's pretty much it. Let's talk more about device compliance now. So this is our own jumble diagram. Uh, so, but it's pretty simple. So it's just a workflow on how device compliance policies work. So, uh, policy. So the first part is policy creation. So admin, as we can see in the diagram, admin creates compliance policies. Example: minimum OS version, password complexity, device encryption, or let's say device jailbreaking and routing. So we define those requirements that the devices must meet. And then we we assign the created policies to specific devices, or let's say device groups, or just individual devices. And what happens after that is device evaluation. So Intune regularly evaluates devices against the assigned policies. So the policies that we just created, the Intune administrator just created, yeah. So Intune will evaluate the devices against those policies. So if a device meets all the requirements, then it's considered compliant. If not, then it's non-compliant. As simple as that. So let's talk about conditional access now. Uh, Intune integrates with, we come back to Intra ID again, because um, Intra ID is used for identity management. So again, Intune integrates with Microsoft Intra ID for conditional access to enforce access controls based on device compliance. So that basically means non-compliant devices will be blocked from accessing company resources, uh, let's say email, SharePoint, OneDrive, etc., etc. Whereas compliant devices will have access to company resources. So that's how Microsoft Intune manages conditional access. Moving on to the next slide about mobile application management. So again, so we've got mobile device management, and within Intune, we've got mobile application management as well. Um, so Intune MAM, let's say, refers to the suite of Intune management features that lets you manage applications that go into devices. So it lets you publish, push, configure, secure, monitor, update, and uh, uninstall mobile apps for your end users. And Intune supports two different configuration for mobile application management. Uh, One is Intune mobile device management and plus mobile application management, where IT admins can manage applications on devices that are enrolled into Intune. So that's pretty much simple. And then we've got on enroll devices with mobile application management. So IT admins then can manage organization data and accounts in apps using mobile application management on these unenrolled devices, which are not in Intune. And devices which come up with third-party EMM providers. So that's that one. And going through with the picture, so can you go back a bit? Yeah. So going through with the picture here, it's again just basic workflow here for mobile application management. So Intune admin adds applications to Intune, and he or she configures settings and properties. And then once the settings and properties are configured, the applications are they're ready for installation or deployment. And we have Intune admins have access to manage the application, which means update, install, publish, push, configure, or whatever. So that's pretty much it for mobile application management. It's pretty straightforward. Okay, so to the interesting part of the presentation demonstration. So demo. Okay, let me quickly share my screen. Mm. Mm. Okay. And everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Celine. Mhm. Okay, so okay, just bear with me for a bit. So the scenario for today's demonstration will be Windows Autopilot. So I'm going to demonstrate how Windows Autopilot, how we set up Windows Autopilot, and how it looks. That's what we're going to do. For this demonstration, I'm using Hyper-V Manager for.
Samin, did you share your screen? Can you share your screen? It's not coming up.
Is it? Can you see now? You're on mute.
Can you retry?
Sorry?
Can you retry sharing your screen?
No, it's showing in my screen.
Maybe something on my. Okay, great. Continue. I'll see what's happening.
Okay. If anybody cannot see the screen, please speak up. Yeah. Okay. And where was I? I'll just move that. Okay. So the scenario is we're just setting up out-of-box experience for Windows Autopilot. And for this, I'm using Hyper-V Manager to create a desktop. So this is the desktop, which is installed with Windows 10. So we are working on a Windows 10 device here. And that's it. So we'll go through the process of getting the device ID, adding it to Intune, which then assigns profiles to it. We'll go through those again, and yeah, and once it's done, we just need to reset the computer, and that's it. Once the computer is reset, we send it to the user, and when the users log into the computer, then it's like a brand new computer with their profile and everything on it. They don't have to set up about anything. It's just log in with their email and their password, and that's pretty much it. The other thing is they may need to set up with the Authenticator app, and that's it. What else? One more thing. So users can enroll into Intune, but yeah, the one who is going to who is going to be doing the enrollment needs to have a Intune license. So there are different licenses, and he or she needs to be part of the Intune license to do the enrollment. So let's begin. So this is device. So how do we get the hardware hash? So that's the first thing that we're doing. We're getting the hardware hash. For that, we go PowerShell ISE and then run as admin. And I've got this beautiful code from Microsoft. There you go. So just going through a little bit on about this code here. Sorry, script. So what it does is it just creates a folder here. As you can see, it creates a folder in C drive named HWID. It sets the location, and then it sets execution policy and installs the script named get Windows Autopilot info, and then that script it gives the output file as a CSV file. That's Autopilot HWID. We can change that to whatever. Let's say AsteriskOps, and then we run it, and we go yes to all. That's and about repositories. Go yes. Yeah, it's just installing the scripts now. And it goes to gather details for device with serial number. So this is the serial number. And let's go into the location now. So CHWID. So as we can see here, so this is C drive. That's the folder that's created by the script, and that's the CSV file. So that is the hardware ID. So once we have that, so that CSV file, we upload it into Intune. Okay. So how do we get into Intune now? So you can just go Intune Admin Center, Microsoft Intune Admin Center, and then we just log in. Okay. Not now. Okay, we need to authenticate that. Okay, no thanks. I'll just go yes. Okay, I just logged into Microsoft Intune Admin Center. For now, let me just bring back here. Can you still see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, so the licenses I was talking about is this one. So Microsoft Intra Suite and Microsoft Intune Suite. So Intra is for identity management, whereas Intune is for Intune, for endpoint management. And okay, so how do we get our devices? Okay, yeah. So we've got our device ID, hardware ID. Now what we need to do is we need to go into, this is Intune Admin Center, and in devices. So we're managing devices now. So enrollment here. So we go into enrollment, then we go into devices. This is Windows Autopilot. This is what we're setting up. Again, there is automatic enrollment. Sorry. So there's automatic enrollment, there's device limit restrictions that we can set up. There are heaps of things that we can do. So in devices now, so these are all the other virtual machines that I've imported onto Autopilot devices. Bear in mind, in a company environment or in an organizational environment, we won't be doing it one by one. We will mostly be doing all at once, like let's say 50 PCs all at once. This is just for the demonstration. So we go into PC. So where's our hardware ID? And there we go. We import it. It's going to take a bit of time. It doesn't take 15 minutes. Okay. Okay, so while it's importing that, I'll show you guys more about okay. So we cannot assign licenses. So we've got users here as well, right? So let's say this guy does not have licenses. We can see licenses from here, from Intune Admin Center, but adding, removing, and reprocessing license assignments is only available within Microsoft 365 Admin Center. So they go hand in hand. So if the user does not have Intune, so then we can go into Microsoft 365 Admin Center and then add him with the license. So for example, here, if we want, we can just untick that. And just save changes. He does not have licenses now. Okay. But we cannot do that thing. We can see the licenses in Intune, but we cannot add or remove or reprocess. Okay. Let's go back into our devices. Enrollment. Devices. Still nothing. Lab staff